Hello, welcome back to Daily English Boost. I am Kate.
Hi everyone, I am Martin. Thank you so much for being here today. On this channel, we help you practice real English.
If you enjoyed our video, please support us by liking it and subscribing to our channel.
Yes, it really helps us a lot. Thank you. Today we are going to talk about something very important and relevant to many young people.
That's right. We are going to discuss how social media affects Generation Z, the young people born between 1997 and 2012.
This is a serious topic, Kate. Social media is everywhere now. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Everyone is using these apps.
Yes, and while social media can be good for connecting with friends and learning new things, it also has many negative effects, especially on young people.
So, Kate, do you use social media a lot?
I do use it, but I try to limit my time. Maybe 1 or 2 hours per day. What about you, Martin?
I used to spend 4 or 5 hours every day scrolling through my phone. But now I am trying to reduce that time because I noticed it was affecting my mood.
That's very honest. Can you explain how it affected you?
Well, when I spent too much time on social media, I felt more anxious and stressed. I kept comparing myself to other people. Everyone looked so happy and successful online, and I felt like my life was boring.
That is a very common problem. It's called social comparison. When we see other people's perfect photos and videos, we forget that they are only showing the best parts of their lives.
Exactly. Nobody posts about their bad days or their failures. They only post the highlights. This creates an unrealistic picture of life.
And for Gen Z, this is especially difficult because they grew up with social media. It has always been part of their lives. They don't remember a time before smartphones and Instagram.
That's a good point. For older generations, we remember life without social media. But Gen Z doesn't have that comparison. So let's talk about the specific ways social media can be harmful.
First, let's discuss mental health. Studies show that heavy social media use is linked to depression and anxiety in young people.
Why do you think that happens, Kate?
There are several reasons. One reason is the constant comparison we already mentioned. Another reason is the pressure to get likes and comments. Young people feel like their worth depends on how many people interact with their posts.
I remember feeling stressed when a photo I posted didn't get many likes. I thought, what's wrong with me? Why don't people like my content?
But that is not a healthy way to measure your value as a person. Your worth doesn't depend on numbers on a screen.
I agree completely. Another problem is cyberbullying. Social media makes it very easy for people to say mean things to others.
Yes, cyberbullying is a huge issue. In the past, if someone was bullied at school, they could go home and feel safe. But now, with social media, the bullying follows them everywhere on their phone.
That must be terrible for young people. They cannot escape it.
And because people can hide behind fake accounts or usernames, they feel brave to say cruel things they would never say in person.
The anonymity makes people mean. It's very sad. Let's talk about another problem, sleep.
Oh yes, sleep is a big issue. Many Gen Z teenagers and young adults check their phones right before bed and first thing in the morning.
I am guilty of this. Sometimes I scroll through TikTok until midnight or even later.
But the blue light from screens affects our sleep quality. It tells our brain to stay awake when we should be sleeping.
And when young people don't get enough sleep, it affects everything. Their mood, their ability to concentrate at school or work, their physical health.
Research shows that Gen Z gets less sleep than previous generations, and social media is one of the main reasons.
What about attention span? I've noticed that my attention span has become shorter since I started using social media heavily.
That's another serious problem. Social media platforms are designed to give us quick, short content. TikTok videos are 15 to 60 seconds. Instagram Reels are similar. Everything is fast and instant.
So our brains get used to this constant stimulation. Then when we need to focus on something longer, like reading a book or studying for an exam, it becomes very difficult.
Exactly. Gen Z struggles more with sustained attention and deep focus because their brains have been trained by social media algorithms to expect constant entertainment.
I used to love reading books, but now I find it hard to finish even one chapter without checking my phone.
That is a common experience. The constant notifications and the fear of missing out, or FOMO, make it hard to disconnect.
FOMO is such a real thing. When I see my friends posting photos from a party I wasn't invited to, I feel left out and sad.
But think about it, Martin. Before social media, if you weren't at a party, you simply didn't know about it. You lived your life and were happy. Now we know about everything we're missing, and it makes us feel worse.
That's true. Ignorance was bliss in some ways. Let's discuss body image and self-esteem.
This is especially harmful for young women in Gen Z. Social media is full of filtered photos and unrealistic beauty standards.
All the photos are edited. People use filters to make their skin perfect. Their bodies thinner, their faces different. But young people compare themselves to these fake images.
And this leads to serious problems like eating disorders, low self-esteem, and body dysmorphia. Young girls think they need to look like the models and influencers they see online.
Even the influencers don't look like their own photos in real life. Everything is an illusion.
Another issue is the addiction aspect. Social media apps are designed to be addictive. They use psychological tricks to keep us scrolling.
Like the infinite scroll feature. You can scroll forever, and there's always more content. There's no natural stopping point.
And the algorithms learn what you like and show you more of the same content. It creates a bubble and keeps you engaged for hours.
I've lost entire evenings just scrolling through my phone without even realizing how much time passed.
That time could be spent on hobbies, exercise, face-to-face conversations with friends and family, or learning new skills.
So, what can Gen Z do to protect themselves? What solutions are there?
Great question. First, awareness is important. Understanding how social media affects you is the first step.
Second, set time limits. Both iPhone and Android phones have features that let you set daily limits for specific apps.
I use that feature. When my time is up, the app locks and I can't use it anymore for that day.
Third, take regular breaks. Maybe one day per week, don't use social media at all. Have a digital detox day.
Turn off notifications so you're not constantly distracted by pings and buzzes from your phone.
And remember that what you see online is not reality. It's a carefully curated highlight reel.
Follow accounts that make you feel good, not accounts that make you feel inadequate or jealous. Unfollow or mute people who negatively affect your mental health.
Spend more time doing activities that don't involve screens. Meet friends in person, go outside, exercise, read physical books.
These are all excellent suggestions. The key is balance. Social media isn't completely evil, but it needs to be used mindfully and in moderation.
Especially for Gen Z who have grown up with it and don't know any different. They need to learn healthy habits now.
Parents and educators also have a role to play in teaching young people about responsible social media use.
Absolutely. Well, Kate, I think we've covered the main points about how social media can harm Gen Z.
We talked about mental health issues like anxiety and depression, cyberbullying, sleep problems, reduced attention span, FOMO, body image issues, and addiction.
But we also discussed solutions and ways to use social media more healthily.
Now, it's time for our question of the day. Are you ready?
Yes. Today's question is, how many hours per day do you spend on social media? And do you think it's too much?
Think about this honestly. Check your screen time settings on your phone. You might be surprised by the answer.
For me, I used to spend 5 hours per day. Now I'm down to about 2 hours, and I feel much better.
I spend about 1 to 2 hours per day, and I try to make sure it's intentional time, not just mindless scrolling.
So viewers, please share your answer in the comments. How much time do you spend on social media? And what changes do you want to make?
We love reading your comments and learning about your experiences. Don't be shy, share with us.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. This was an important conversation.
Remember, you are in control of your technology. Don't let technology control you.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next lesson.
Take care of your mental health and your time. They are precious.
See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. And remember to put your phone down sometimes and live in the real world.
Bye.